Hey, back with Weber Online. This is Mr. Newbold, your guide to investment. And today will be investment principles we'll be talking about. There are actually some good suggestions to help you invest wisely so that you don't just throw it all into a stock and then the stock price drops and then you've lost, most of your money. There's a way that you can invest carefully and get an increase slowly or even a higher increase. And just some tips that I'm going to help you with today. And also, which is really exciting, is that this is section 2.8, and so 2.9 is just the test, the unit test at the end, the quiz, and so more of a test, but you'll do good. We'll call it a testopotamus, so it doesn't sound too scary. And so we can go ahead and get started on that with you. And so we'll jump over here. I think I'm that excited, but I'm going to go ahead and, this is my daughter's tie. I'm that excited that you're almost done with section 2, right? Woo! Then I'm going to go ahead and unzip this tie that my daughter bought me for Father's Day. And I'm going to go ahead just for you, I'm going to go ahead and put on my Scooby-Doo tie. I don't know if you like Scooby-Doo, but that's just my party tie to show that we're excited to get done with 2.8 and go on to 2.9, right? And just take that test and be done, and then we're getting closer and closer to finishing the quarter 1 course, so that's very exciting. Alright, so in this assignment you'll learn some principles to help increase your likeness. The first two I'm going to talk about is a discount broker and dollar cost averaging. So basically, in a nutshell, discount broker is basically where you have he charges less money to you to help you with your investing. He's not going to manage your money like other conventional brokers, but he'll give you a lot of tips and make sure you don't make any mistakes and be there for you at a phone call's notice. But he'll charge you a lot less to help you, so that's cool. So you can save some money there. Kind of your first basic step for saving money. The next one's called dollar cost averaging, and you can read it in the description down here. Let me go ahead and highlight that. So dollar cost averaging is basically where instead of throwing all your money into one stock, you're thinking, why don't we just use a mutual market account and do a bunch of different stocks, and then why don't I just carefully add money, just a little bit at a time. Let's see here. Purchased, so it says investment strategies, securities, mutual funds. You purchase it, you give the money to them in fixed dollar amounts at regular intervals. Kind of like I do with my Walmart stock, right? So I put into it $70 every 2 weeks, or is it once a month now? And so then whether the stock is going up or down, I'm still kind of averaging how much I'm making. And hopefully that'll go slowly up like that, right? So that you slowly do make more money than a savings account. And so dollar cost averaging is what you're doing there. You average your buying power just a little bit at a time. Okay, so that's a really good strategy, and I think that's definitely what I use to help get my investment to make sure it's more secure than dumping it all into Walmart and then, no, it's dropped and I lost all of that money. Yeah, that's really good investment that I've used. Okay, so this section, before you do the homework on 2.8, over here, you're going to have actually quite a few websites, and I'll try to run some of them with you, just four. And here's our discount broker and dollar cost averaging to remind you. Okay, so we can read over that if you want. I'll let you do that again. But let's go ahead and go to this first website. And this first website, you're going to go until you reach the detour sign. So that's good to remember, right? And we want to go ahead and visit and look through there. I push Control, and I'll bring the other one up too. So there's the next one. Driving Your Future is what it's called. And it looks similar, but a little bit different than what we've done with this website in the past. Okay, so picture this. You're fresh out of school with a degree, a tassel in hand, you're ready for the world. The first task at hand is to get a job in your field. Will you apply at only one company and hope for the best, or are you going to apply for several companies? The logical choice is to apply for several companies, right? So that's the same thing with investing. There's many. So there may be a particular company that you believe is going to make you rich. Like maybe you discovered the next Microsoft and it just takes off and you just make tons of money. But just in case you haven't, it's a good idea to diversify your portfolio, your investment, right? Diversify it, which means to invest in several little companies, and balancing your risks and trying to get your potential rewards. So that means you might get a really good investment and the stock takes off, and you didn't put all your money in it, so maybe you put it in like a third or a fourth of your money. So you do get a good investment there. Maybe this one stays the same, maybe this one increases a little bit, maybe this one goes down. But all in all, you've increased because of the big one that went off and maybe a couple little ones. So that's why it's good to diversify, just in case some of the little ones go down and down, but this one goes up. So it's kind of like averaging, right? You're trying to get investment and trying to increase your money, right? So how to be best to put together a portfolio? Is there any really different area in life to think about? What does it say? Your closet isn't packed with clothes for just one reason, is it? Nor do you only eat one type of food. Yeah, because we like variety. Variety keeps your life in balance. It's kind of silly on that one. Okay, so there's lots of ways to achieve diversification in your portfolio. Nice big word there. And so different sectors of the economy. So that means that you could do Wendy's, fast food, clothing stores. There's different size companies, bigger and small ones. There's mutual funds that offer you the opportunity to invest in many companies by buying shares in a single fund. That means where everybody puts into one big fund, one big investment, and then lots of different companies. And then you all get money back out of it again. And like I said, if you get one that takes off and then some that don't, but that one that takes off, that means you've all benefited and you all put in a big investment, so you all get out a good investment. But you have to be careful with that one because mutual funds, because owning shares in one mutual fund does not a diversified. Ooh, that's a little bit of illiteracy in their website, I'm thinking. Owning shares in one mutual fund does not a diversified portfolio make. A single mutual fund is susceptible to unseen problems such as change in management, or if your people who are investing make bad management decisions, right? So that's where you have to be careful with those. When it comes to investing, you've got a lot to choose from: bonds, stocks, mutual funds, but just don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we've come to the detour sign, so we're going to go back here now. And it says to go to this next one now, study more about until we reach there. So we'll go back here now. Here we go. So you mentioned your intention to invest in the stock market. Chances are you've heard these words. Why would you do that? You could lose all your money. Well, that's true, you could. It's possible you could lose some money or all of your money, but by properly researching your investment, committing for long term, your chances of success outweigh the risks. Like I said, I did it, and it was great. And what really helped as well was that I actually had my company that I worked for invest 15% into it. So that means that they actually gave me more into the stock and were giving me essentially more money, which is amazing. So if you can get an employer, someone that will match in their stock into their company like that, then you can actually be doing really good like I did. Okay, so let's see here. Of course, there's always risks. The average annual rate of return for the stock market from the late 1920s before the Great Depression was 10%. And then everyone's like, yeah, let's do it, let's do it. And then what happened? The Great Depression, everyone lost their money. Yeah, that was really bad. So that's why you got to be careful. You got to make sure that you invest wisely. Okay? And I'll let you read through that. This is a good one to read about. Let's see, Value Line, Standard & Poor's, a couple of more things you can read in there about Applebee's, a company that's earning the stock market price, how that's gone up and gone down, things like that. So you can actually research into these companies and you can look at that. I think here's an answer to your homework question, Bulls and the Bears. Some people got it wrong, so make sure, hopefully you're watching this video, then you won't get those questions wrong. A bull market means that the stock is on the rise. And you're like, it's charging, right? Like a bull, it's on the rise. A bear market, on the other hand, like during the Gulf War, it means the price of the stock has dropped and the value of your money has dropped, right? So if let's say I bought stock at $80, and then the next month the value of the stock I bought at $80 went down to like $70. Well, if I cash it out right then, I've lost 10 bucks. Or if I hold it in there and wait for it to come back up again, then I won't have lost my money. So that's why it's really good to keep it in there and try to just hold it out and wait for it to go. And just wait for it to rise and wait for it to be a bull market and increase, and not that bear market where they tear you apart, right? The bear. Okay, so there's your I think that's one of your homework questions from what I can remember. Excellent. I wasn't too long. I wasn't too bad. Okay, so then read over that again and then see where you can find additional investment information, various stocks and sources, things like that. So you're going to go to this website. You can visit the Target Store website. At the top of the page, pull down menu, financial highlights. The numbers in this assignment are not important. Remember, you can see an example of how to find important information on public company investments online. Another thing is like to go to Google, for instance. And so you could type in Google. You can see that on my screen there. And then you can type in such investments. Such you could like type in like I did, Walmart stock. Where has it been? Where is it going? Things like that. So if we type in here Walmart stock, you'll see that right now I think it's about 77. There it is, $77 a share. You can click on this cool graph there. This is really cool because it actually shows you when it's increasing and decreasing. A lot of people try to come up with like an algebraic formula to predict if the stock is going to go up or to go down. And there's lots of little things you can do to look into that, you know, for the company. So I'm going to move this all the way back to 2000. Let's go about a year almost, maybe. And now it's going to change the graph. Look at that. So now it goes, and it was up, and then it came down to $70. Holy cow. It dropped dollars and dollars, so people would have lost money. But if they would have just hung in there like I did, and then go all the way up to here in May, and then this is where I sold it, right about there, which was about $79 at that peak. That was amazing. That was fantastic. And then it came back down. Now it's going up, and now it's going down. So you can see, you can just even look at that information for the businesses that you want to look at. Pardon me. So I'm going to leave you for now. But for answering your homework questions, click on that green 2.8 right there, of course. Go over here to the interactive end report for the Target Corporation. Okay, and you can go ahead and pull down and select financial highlights, report to shareholders, things like that, shareholder information. Yeah, let's go to the financial highlights while we're at it there. So you can take a look at their revenue in the millions, how Target is increasing since 1999. I would look at more of the recent ones, so this looks a little bit older, but you can easily find more information about that with there. And then finally you're going to go to, of course, the Mint, our favorite information, and look at some of these things again. Just review those again before you take the quiz, and then jump to the homework assignment there. So 2.8, I'm going to leave you for now, 2.8, and then also you're going to jump to the test on Unit 2. And then I will see you under Spending in Chapter 3 on the next video. So you take care, and hope you've enjoyed watching. And remember, you're done nearly with 2. All you have is Chapter 3. In fact, let's go back and look at that for a second. Go to 4. Ready for the final exam. So all you got left is 3. So you're like 2/3 of the way done, right? So party on, Scooby-Doo tie. And I will see you later. You take care, and ta-ta for now. Bye.